SIBO symptoms are more than just bloating after meals, and symptoms really depend on what type of SIBO you have. My name is Bella, and I'm a functional nutritionist and founder of the Functional Gut Health Clinic, where SIBO is our main focus and a topic very close to my heart. In this video, we're going to talk through the most common SIBO signs and symptoms, how they differ by SIBO type, and non-gut related symptoms most people don't even know are related to SIBO. Let's start with a refresher from our previous video. So small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or SIBO, comes about when there is an increase in the number of bacteria or archaea in the small intestine. It happens when motility in the small intestine is too slow, which allows the bacteria or archaea to overgrow and not be cleared away. Things that alter small intestine motility are the SIBO root causes, which we'll cover in another video. But this increase in bacteria or archaea can lead to a whole range of symptoms, and many of these are similar or exactly the same as those that come with other IBS root causes. So how do we work out if it's SIBO we should be looking for? The most common SIBO symptoms are abdominal bloating and distension. So bloating being the sensation and distension being the physical swelling of the belly. There's belching, flatulence, abdominal pain, heartburn, constipation, and or diarrhea. These symptoms can fluctuate significantly, and they often worsen as the day goes on and after eating more meals. So people feel the most symptomatic in the evening and the best in the morning before they eat or drink anything. This pattern is a big SIBO clue for us because it reflects the bacteria or archaea fermenting food from meals eaten throughout the day, and relief from symptoms in the morning after fasting overnight, and where the bacteria or archaea have no food to ferment. So the short version is that if you have gut symptoms, particularly bloating or gas type symptoms that worsen right after most meals, we'll likely want to look further into testing for SIBO. But as we previously talked about, there are 3 different types of SIBO and they all have different symptom profiles. The 3 different types are related to the gases that the bacteria or archaea produce. So we have hydrogen, methane, and hydrogen sulfide gases that can be produced in the small intestine, and they all have a different impact on our body. The first and most common type is hydrogen dominant SIBO. For SIBO-H, hydrogen producing bacteria ferment carbs into hydrogen gas, speeding up intestinal transit, which can lead to diarrhea. We also see classic SIBO symptoms of bloating, distension, and abdominal pain because of an increase in hydrogen gas production or a hypersensitivity to the buildup of material in the small intestine. Malabsorption symptoms like weight loss and vitamin and mineral deficiencies are also common because of bacteria and their byproducts, as well as the excess gas they produce interfering with nutrient absorption happening in the small intestine. If you remember from our previous video, these overgrown bacteria basically smother or impair the villi and the microvilli doing their job of digesting and absorbing nutrients along the lining of the small intestine. Methane SIBO, or as it's now called intestinal methanogen overgrowth, or IMO for short, is associated with constipation. This is because methane gas can slow intestinal transit time, so that's the time it takes for food to pass through our digestive tract. While all types of SIBO see bloating as a common symptom, bloating and distension are typically more severe in IMO because of the slowed digestion causing even more gas accumulation and hypersensitivity to the buildup of materials in the small intestine. The last one is weight gain. This is distinct from hydrogen SIBO because the archaea that produce methane gas may be considered as obesogens that help the body extract additional calories from our diet. So a transit time in the small intestine slows down, our body has more time to digest and extract calories from food. We see more clients struggling with weight gain who have IMO than any other type of SIBO. I was the literal classic methane SIBO case with severe constipation, bloating so bad that people thought I was pregnant, and weight gain of about 30 pounds even though I was at the gym 5 to 6 times a week and eating not a lot, basically chicken, rice, and broccoli to try and manage my symptoms. Hydrogen sulfide SIBO is a more recent discovery and most commonly associated with diarrhea, although not always. We've seen clients with elevated hydrogen sulfide gas levels on a SIBO breath test who are constipated. So other hydrogen sulfide SIBO symptoms are abdominal pain, bloating, distension, flatulence, and heartburn. It basically sounds exactly the same as SIBO H, so we can look for other symptom clues. However, these symptoms are not always present. One of these is gas and belching that has a distinctive rotten egg smell from the hydrogen sulfide gas. Clients with hydrogen sulfide SIBO also commonly experience more intense and widespread pain and fatigue. And we think this is related to the systemic effects of hydrogen sulfide and how this gas might be interfering with mitochondrial function. Hydrogen sulfide is also a gas that can have neurotoxic effects at high levels, and so neurological symptoms like headaches and memory issues are more pronounced with this type of SIBO too. So here is a basic summary table of the 3 types of SIBO and their most common or noticeable symptoms that we've just discussed. I also want to mention that most of our clients have more than SIBO going on. So we might have a client that has SIBO H with constipation, or emo with diarrhea. For us, this is another clue that there's more going on in the gut for these clients and more IBS root causes beyond SIBO that need to be investigated. It's also worth touching on the non-gut related symptoms associated with SIBO. Basically, these are broken down into 2 different groups: those related to leaky gut and inflammation, and those related to the gut-brain axis. We won't go into these in too much detail, but for now, I think it's just helpful to be aware that for many people, these seemingly unrelated symptoms might actually also be the result of SIBO, and addressing this one very important IBS root cause might solve more than just bloating. So first, the leaky gut inflammation type of symptoms we most commonly see in our SIBO clients are joint pain, skin rashes like eczema and rosacea, as well as headaches and migraines. The neurological symptoms associated with the gut-brain axis that we most commonly see in our SIBO clients are mood disorders like anxiety, brain fog, memory issues, and other mental health symptoms related to neuroinflammation. I'm hoping that you now feel comfortable with the idea that SIBO is more than just bloating after meals, and that SIBO symptoms can reach well beyond the gut. In the next video, we're going into detail about testing for SIBO and how to find out what type of SIBO and how big of an overgrowth you might have.